What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Robin Thicke is back with a brand new single titled Deep, and it features not one but two verses from Nas. Truthfully, I only clicked on this song because it said featuring Nas. Robin Thicke is someone who has a good voice and he's made some good singles here and there, but I can't say that I've really ever been a fan. As for Nas, I'm very invested in anything that Nas is doing simply because I want that new album so badly. And I just feel like after the last year, Nas has proven how hungry as an MC he is. He's been on records for Dave East, Jadakiss, Rick Ross, Jeezy, and there's probably like 5 to 10 other guest features that have come out that I'm not thinking of at the moment. So Nas has really been on a run. And not to mention the DJ Khaled cut Nas album Done. So the album is done. I'm really hoping it comes out in the next 2 months, 3 months, before the end of the year. But getting back into the record, I love how Nas is able to take a concept vastly different than Robin Thicke. So Robin's portions of the song are about relationship problems. He keeps it very simple. Like, there's one thing that I always say about a hit single is that the lyrics are often very simplistic, but they still pack a punch to them. I think with Robin, he says, let me pull it up. He says, "In your eyes, I don't want to see the pain you're holding. If you look in my mind, I don't want to spend a lifetime for it. It's alright, I don't want to play this over. Living in a world I can't explain." Like, those are very simple lyrics when you really look at them. It doesn't take much to understand what is going on there. So I think with Robin Thicke, he might have a hit on his hands. But going back to like the contrast between Robin and Nas, when you first listen to it, Nas, his first verse comes on acapella right as the song begins, and he's talking about the problems going on in America as a black man, the police brutality, how he's living in fear that his son could be killed because he has a water gun. And then, like, on top of that, you have the presidential election coming up, and he says in his second verse, he says a toupee wearing liar is trying to run the USA. So he's throwing these shots at Trump, and just letting his feelings know, his emotions out there. And I think it's both of the verses themselves are very beautiful. It's a scary time for America, and I think Nas's two verses really encapsulate those feelings perfectly. Those feelings of being black and facing police brutality, and then on the verge of having someone who might win the presidential election and he's so vastly underqualified. So I get where Nas's head is at. Now, how does this pertain to Robin Thicke's concept that dates back to the relationship problems? Well, Nas essentially is talking to a woman as he's pouring his heart out about what's going on. He says, when our conversation is weak, it ain't you, it just ain't that deep, meaning his head is somewhere else. And he explains all what's going on in his mind. So I get how it ties into the record, because if you were to just look at it on surface deep, you have two different artists that are talking about two different things, but Nas really ties it together, and he's able to do it in a way that it doesn't feel forced. It might be different from the subject matter that Robin is singing about, but it still has a purpose. I know I've talked about Nas for the bulk of this video, but now I have to give a little bit of props to Robin Thicke as well. From what I understand, I didn't really listen to his last album too much, but it was disappointing from what I've seen online and based on reviews and feedback from fans. Like, I don't know if he's coming out with a new album, and I'm sure he will, but as far as Deep being that first single, I think it should be, because I feel like the Nas verses just go really well. And then, like I was saying earlier, there's the fact that Robin's portions are very simplistic and the hook is catchy. It really has all the makings of a radio single to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the one that they push, but with no proper statement, with no album announcement to go with this song. We have no idea. This could just be a loose record that Robin felt like it was time to put out. So those are my thoughts on Robin Thicke's new single Deep featuring Nas. I'm very, 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 very eagerly awaiting Nas's new album. And now that I've heard this song, I think I'm looking forward to a new Robin Thicke album as well. So listen to Deep. I'll have a link to it in the description section. And then let me know what you think about it in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts about Nas's verses, what they mean to you, and then Robin's portions as well. So talk to me, and then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.